Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining my webinar today. My name is Christine. I'm the relationship manager based in North Point City branch at Yishun. And today I'll be sharing with all of you on maximizing CPF and SRS for your retirement. I hope that all of you can hear me. Before I proceed with my webinar, I would like to share a bit about our corporate profile first. In Philip, we have been established in Singapore since June 1975. And since its inception as a stockbroker, Philip Capital has grown into an integrated Asian financial house with a global presence that offers a full range of quality and innovative services to retail and high net worth individual, family offices, as well as corporate and institutional customer. And information technology and distributions are our core competencies in the provisions of financial services. And this is our corporate profile. We have assets under management, a total of more than 50 billion worldwide. Our shareholders fund in excess of 2.5 billion. We have over 1.5 million clients worldwide, as well as 5,000 employees worldwide as well. And a little bit about our founder, Mr. Lim Hua Min is the founder and executive chairman of our Philip Capital and its subsidiaries, as well as the chairman of IFS Capital Limited in Singapore. And he previously served as a board member with the IRAS and on a number of committees and subcommittees of the Stocks Exchange of Singapore. And we have our growing global presence in the 15 countries over here. And of course, other than stocks over here, we have wealth management, we have unit trust, we have regular savings plan, we have CFD, we have managed account, insurance, money market fund, and so on. And these are our worldwide affiliated offices. Okay, so over to the next slide, I will start with my presentation. So first thing first that you ask yourself is why do we need to invest? We will need to invest to actually achieve our short-term goals. Short-term goals can be for travel, to attend educational or even leisure courses, as well as to buy luxury items for ourselves. And for the long-term goals over here, we invest to buy a house in the future, for marriage, for children's educations, as well as we invest for retirement. I will go to the first example. For short-term goals, such as to travel, over here, as you can see, according to Household Expenditure Survey, the average Singaporean spends about 1,000 per year on vacation. And this would imply that about 3.5% of our annual income is spent on travel. And however, an average vacation to places like Australia, Korea, or even Japan actually costs an average of $2,000 per person. And this would imply that following Singaporeans' average expenditure, one would actually be limited to places to places like Southeast Asia, like Bangkok and Hanoi. For trips beyond Southeast Asia, one would need to set aside about $2,000, and that's only for one trip. So assuming that you actually intend to have 2 trips per year, you would then have to save about $4,000, and that will be about $333 per month. And to own a car over here, we see an example of owning a Toyota Altis and the cost of it over the next 10 years period. So owning a car basically costs about 150,000 for a Toyota Altis, but that have not include the interest costs, the road tax, the car insurance, your parking, ERP, petrol, as well as servicing. That total amount will actually cost another 60% of what you have actually paid for your car. And to own a Mercedes B-Class, basically owning a B-Class is equivalent to someone owning a 3-room flat HDB that costs you more than $500,000. And to save, to invest for marriage over here, This will be under our long-term goals already. So over here you can see in 207, right, only 10% of couples actually pay for their weddings entirely on their own. But in 2022 onwards, 48% of couple actually pay for their own wedding entirely. So basically, nowadays you can see that couples, they do not want to be a burden to their family members as well. So they will actually pay on their own, and this would require them more savings to actually pay for their own wedding. And these are actually wedding costs in Singapore. It includes bridal package, wedding bands, dowry, solemnization, wedding banquet, photography, honeymoon. For average wedding, basically it costs about 37,000. And after a person's wedding, right, the couple would want to go for honeymoon. That is another 5,000 to 8,000. So a wedding cost in Singapore can cost up to 44,000. But also it actually depends on the scale of wedding that you are having. Are you having a small wedding, an average one, or a very huge wedding ceremony? So that depends on the cost as well. So in the event that, say, if a couple would like to get married in 1 year, they would actually need to start saving 3,006 per month. But if this couple has planned to get married in 4 years' time, then they will need to save about $900 a month for the next 4 years to get married. The next slides over here will be for children's education. So Singapore's parents actually ranked globally that they spend an average of 96,000 for their children's education. And let's say, example, if you use an inflation averaging about 1.9% in the last 10 years, projected figures is about 140,000 in 20 years' time. And only 20% of parents were actually making use of a specific education savings or investment plans for their children's education. And 67% actually fund their children's education through day-to-day income. So, example, in an event, a person needs 140,000 for their children's education. They will actually need to start saving $580 per month for the next 20 years. But if they actually save, the money that they save are invested with a 2% per annum return, instead of $580 per month, they will only need to save $480 a month for the next 20 years to get the 140,000. To the next slide over here, for retirement purpose over here. So why to achieve retirement, which is the financial freedom of a person, to receive financial freedom, meaning you only need to work because you want to and not because you need to. So how do you achieve financial freedom? That will be for yourself to start investing and also to receive passive income. And the foundation over here will be you start saving and you maximize the amount that you save, that you have, and you can invest using the money that you have saved. And this is when the returns you receive from your investments are able to pay off your money expenses. And with this, you have achieved the ability to retire if you wish to do so at any point of time. And 54% of Singaporeans will actually be 14 years short when it comes to the adequacy of their retirement savings. This means that on an average, if someone has a potential to live to 84 years old, right, his or her savings for retirement will actually run out by the age of 70 years old, and leaving them with no money or not much money for the next 14 years. So sufficient retirement actually happens when a person chooses to look at retirement planning as something that is less urgent than meeting their daily needs. And it is true that retirement planning can wait, as paying today's bills is more important. But the question to ask will be, wait until when? So I'd like to show you all on the life expectancy of Singapore. So over here, the current life expectancy for Singapore this year itself is actually 84.19 years. And Singapore is actually ranked top 5 as the country with the highest life expectancy. So when we see that the life expectancy is 84 years, right? Questions that we ask ourselves is, do we have enough savings to last through our retirement? And there is uncertainty on our life expectancy. So basically, maybe a person actually have retirement funds that they might think that they might live until age 75 to 78 years old. But what if you have uncertainty in your life expectancy that a person can actually live more than 84 years old? So that happens when you don't have enough funds that you are saving for yourself. And lastly, a dilemma on spending for retirement. So when you're retired, you don't have any income anymore. So you will always have dilemma on whether you want to spend for a certain things that you want in life, or you need to save that amount of money that you have right now to actually help you with your monthly expenses. So that is one of the dilemmas on spending for retirement when a person actually reach retirement age. Over here, the next one will be inflation. So what is inflation? Inflation is the rise in the cost of goods and services over time. And while inflation happens most of the time in Singapore, negative inflation or deflation can happen too when the general level of prices fall. And according to MES, right, the low and stable inflation is thought to be a core component for long-term sustainable economic growth. And the MES also stated that extreme rates of inflation, whether too high or too low, is actually not favorable for the economy. So when planning your finances, knowing the average inflation rate is important for multiple reasons. And not only does it enables you to evaluate whether your investments are beating inflation, it actually also helps you to project the future cost of your retirement needs for your children's tertiary education. And over here, you can see for last year itself, in 2023, inflation was about 4.8%, and for 2024 this year itself, MES expects inflation to be about 2.5 to 3.5%. And how much does a person need during retirement? So research shows that a single man or woman aged 65 years and above will need at least 1,300 a month to sustain the current standard of living. And it may not be sustainable to rely on family members or even CPF life payout in the future for retirement. So you can see on the graph over here, if for an elderly person who are single and they are 65 years and above, they might need about 1,003 on a monthly basis for their monthly expenditure. But if it's an elderly couple aged 65 years and above, you have to add on another 1,000. So basically, they need about 2,003 on a monthly basis. And if it's a single person aged 55 years to 64 years old, they will need at least 1,007 on a monthly basis for their daily expenses. Okay, over here will be the saving nest for retirement. So we start saving during our working years. We save to actually sustain our lifestyle. We save for rainy days, and we also save for retirement. But when we reach the age of retirement, where do we get our source of income from? So that will be from the savings that we did over the years while we are still working. So that will be the accumulations of wealth process that we are doing. And our assets will actually start to decumulate when we stop working and also retire. And over here, what are the sources of funds for a person when it comes to retirement? So first thing first is source of funds can be from your cash, your savings in a bank, your savings in fixed deposit. Your source of funds can also come from your CPF and your SRS, your CPF OA, FA, as well as your SRS account. Your source of funds can also come from insurance policies that you have purchased or even annuities that actually pays you a yearly income for a lifetime. You will also might have sources of funds from property rental income. Your sources of funds might also come from cash proceeds from right sizing to a smaller home, or from investment instruments as well, whereby you actually invest into shares, unit trust funds. You might also have sources of funds coming from dividend payout funds that are giving you a monthly dividend payout or even a yearly dividend payout. And last but not least, your source of funds might come from inheritance as well. Okay, I'd like to share with all of you what is CPF and also what is SRS after. So the first one over here will be what is CPF. The CPF is a mandatory social security savings scheme funded by contributions from employers and also from employees. The CPF is the key pillar of Singapore's social security system, and it serves to meet our retirement, our housing, and also healthcare needs. And CPF contributions are allocated to three accounts, which is your OA, SA, and MediSave account, which is used for healthcare purposes. And these are the CPF interest rate for the different account that you have. So the first one will be from your CPF OA. You will be receiving a 2.5% of interest rate per annum, and you can use your CPF OA for housing and also education purposes. And for your CPF SA, you are currently earning 4% on a yearly basis as the interest, and it is for your retirement. Your CPF MediSave account are also earning 4% of interest rate, and the purpose will be used for medical expenses. And lastly, when you are 55 years old, a retirement account will be created for you. This retirement account will also have a 4% of interest rate. And when you reach 65 years old onwards, your RA will actually be used to pay you a monthly income. So about a little bit more about the creations of your retirement account, which is your RA. At 55 years old, your retirement account will be created for you. Savings from your CPF SA and followed by your CPF OA up to your full retirement sum will be transferred to your retirement account to form your retirement sum. And this will provide you with monthly payout in retirement. And your MediSave account savings are meant for healthcare expenses and will not be transferred to your retirement account. Your MediSave savings can actually be used to pay for hospitalization bills and also certain outpatient treatments, as well as premiums for your MediShield Life and other approved or long-term care insurance, which can be your integrated shield plans. Your long-term care insurance can be your ElderShield or can be your CareShield as well. Any working contributions that you receive after 55 years old will be allocated to your OA, SA, as well as your MediSave account. Okay, over here, how much should you set aside in your retirement account? So we look at the first column over here, your desired monthly payout from age 65 years onwards. If a person is looking for about 1,005 as a monthly payout when he is 65 years old onwards, he would have to have at least 192 at age 55 years old to form the retirement account. With 192,000 formed, this person will be able to receive of an amount of 1,470 to 1,570 on a monthly basis at the age of 65 years onwards. And what can a person do to close the savings gap? So first thing first is you can increase your retirement savings through CPF top-ups. You can also transfer the savings from your ordinary account to your special account. You can also defer CPF life payout from age 65 to 70 years old, which can actually enable your CPF savings to accumulate more interest, and this will actually boost your future retirement income. And you can also use this to invest in suitable products. So how do you build your wealth by using CPF? First thing first is how do you invest using CPF? You need to open a CPF account with the participating bank. which is either DBS, UOB, or OCBC. Once the CPF investment account is open, you can link up the account, and once you are done, you can actually use your CPF to actually invest into those CPF approved products, and also to check out the limits that you are allowed to utilize. So as you can see below over here, right, you can invest your CPF savings under the CPF investment scheme after setting aside 20,000 on your OA and 40,000 on your SA. Anything more than that can be used for CPF investment purposes. Okay, next we will go to what is SRS. SRS is also known as the Supplementary Retirement Scheme. This is actually a voluntary scheme to encourage individuals to save for their retirement over and above their CPF savings. Contribution to SRS are eligible for tax relief. Investment returns are tax-free before withdrawal, and only 50% of the withdrawal from SRS are taxable at retirement. And benefits of using SRS, save more for your retirement and pay less taxes. And your SRS account has an interest yielding of 0.05% per annum. And cash in your SRS account can be used to invest in different investment instruments as well. And investment returns in SRS account can accumulate tax-free. So who can open an SRS account? You have to be at least 18 years of age. You are not an undischarged bankrupt, not suffering from any mental disorder, and you are capable of managing yourself and also your affair. So again, opening an SRS account is also with one of the 3 participating banks, which is DBS, OCBC, or UOB. And for SRS annual contribution over here, for citizens and PR, you can contribute up to 15,300 per year, and for foreigner it's 35,700. And how does SRS works? You may actually withdraw funds from your SRS account anytime, and withdrawal can be made in cash or in the forms of investment from the qualifying types of withdrawal. Withdrawal in the forms of money on investment from your SRS account are subject to income tax and added to your other taxable income, such as your employment or even rental, and it will be taxed based on the prevailing tax rate. The time and circumstances of the withdrawal determines the taxable amount of the withdrawal itself. So when a foreigner or Singapore PR withdraw from his SRS account, the withdrawal is subject to withholding tax. So again, the maximum yearly contribution for citizens and PR is 15,300. For foreigner, is up to 35,700. And you may also make penalty-free withdrawal from your SRS account over 10 years, starting from the date of your first penalty-free withdrawal. Withdrawal are penalty-free only if they take place on or after the statutory retirement age that was prevailing at the time of your first SRS contribution. And if you have already opened an SRS account and made your first contribution, any subsequent change in the statutory retirement age will not affect you anymore. And withdrawal from SRS account are subject to tax in the years of assessment. Following the years of withdrawal, you need not actually declare your withdrawal to your income tax return, as it will be included in your tax assessments based on the information provided by the SRS operator. And the amount is subject to tax based on the tax rates applicable to you. If you are a non-Singaporean who no longer works and lives in Singapore, you will then be taxed as a non-resident when you withdraw the fund from your SRS account. Okay, this is an example on the amount of the potential tax savings that a person can actually gain from. So in the event if that person's employment income is 102,000 and the relief is 31,500, If a person has this account without SRS, they will basically need to pay a yearly tax of 2,685. But with SRS and with their SRS contribution for Singaporeans and PR, which is 15,300, instead of 2,685 of tax that they need to pay, they will only need to pay $1,614. So basically, the potential of tax saving is $1,071, which is 40% more tax for that person itself. And how much do people contribute to SRS? You can see over here, these are the SRS statistics. So year on year, right, you can see that there is actually more and more SRS account holder. People are actually contributing more and more to their SRS for their income tax relief. And what are the investment portfolio that a person can use for their SRS? You can invest in unit trust, insurance, Singapore dollar fixed deposit, shares, ETF, and others as well. If you have a cash balance in your SRS, basically it only generates you about 0.05% interest per annum. So it's advisable to actually do some investment under your SRS account to earn a better return compared to 0.05% per annum. So these are some of the instruments that a person can invest using their CPF or even their SRS account. You can actually use your CPF and SRS to invest into shares, unit trusts, as well as endowment policies. So these are an example of ETF and also shares. So in the event, let's say example, if a person use their CPF or SRS to buy into DBS shares over here, in 2023, right, they actually get a return of 6.19%. And for SIA, it's about 5.99%. So basically, if you're using your SRS, right, you have actually made a better return compared to you just parking your money in SRS and earning 0.05% per annum only. And investing in unit trust with your CPF or also your SRS, what is unit trust? Unit trust is basically a professional management by fund managers who are experienced and knowledgeable about investments that enables them to make better decisions on investment. Unit trust, they are able to diversify their funds. You diversify to minimize your risk and volatility by investing into different sectors and also different companies as well. The funds with varieties are objective. Different types of funds are created for specific objectives. You have funds that are investing into technologies, financial, real estates, and so on. And affordability as well. You can actually start investing in unit trust from a minimum lump sum of 1,000 and subsequently $100 on a monthly basis. And for unit trust, you might also receive regular dividends payout from funds that are giving dividend payout. So with that, you are actually able to generate a passive income for yourself as well. So these are an example of a fact sheet of a unit trust. On the fact sheet itself, it shows client the investment objective. It shows the asset class that they are investing in, the fund inception, the size of the fund, and they will also show you the sector breakdown on where they are investing in which sector, as well as the top holdings as well. And fact sheets will also show you different countries' allocation if the funds are investing in different countries as well. The next will be investing in investment-linked products using your CPF and also your SRS. So investment-linked insurance policies are policies that have life insurance coverage and investment components. And your premiums are used to pay for units in one or more sub-funds of your choice. And some of the units purchased are then sold to pay for insurance and other charges, while the rest actually remain invested. So over here will be my last slides on why should you invest and plan early. So first thing first is retirement planning should always start early. The earlier that you start, the more that you will benefit from your early savings for retirement. And when you start planning early, you let the compounding interest actually works for you. And for example, by starting at an early age of 25 years old, one will actually have a balance of about 480,000 when they age 65 years old. But on the other hand, when you actually start planning for your retirement at 10 years after, you will actually live with about only 265,000 when you reach 65 years old. So that's actually almost 55% behind someone who started saving 10 years earlier. So with this, if any of you would like to know more about what Philip offer and what are the types of modes of investments that we have and how you can actually plan for yourself to use your CPF or SRS to earn better, then do let me know. Once again, my name is Christine. I'm based at North Point City branch as the relationship manager, and this is my direct desk number. If you have any other questions, do feel free to give me a call or also email to me. Any questions from the audience? There's a question from Mr. Tan Ing Tat. Can you elaborate more about the non-resident tax rate? Mr. Tan, is it okay if you actually send me an email for this inquiry? And I'll be happy to actually share with you more about this non-resident tax rate. And of course, once again, these are some of the products that we have over here, which you can also use your CPF and SRS for investment purposes. So if there's no any other question, okay, there's another question from Pradhan. Can you elaborate how to invest from SA into any products? So basically for CPF investment, right, for your OA and SA, if you go over, give me a moment now. Okay, you can actually check out CPF approved funds that are available using your CPF OA as well as your SA. So you can actually just Google CPF approved funds that are available. And these are all the list of funds that are approved by CPF using your OA and also your SA. Yes, again, Pradhan, these are the examples of products in unit trust, which you can invest in SA in our poems online. If you'd like to know more about what are the shares or even ETF that you can, that you will need to actually email to me. I'll get my dealers to share with you more on this. Okay, you have account in poems, not sure how to buy a link. Okay, before you actually invest in any of these CPF approved products, you will need to first link your poems with your CPF investment account number. If you do not know how to link, do give me a call and I'll guide you step by step on how to link your CPF investment account number first to your poems account. Once it is successfully linked, you can actually start to buy and to invest into these CPF approved products as well. I hope I'm able to answer your question. I will show you again my email and also my contact number. If you have any other questions, or if you want to know like how to link or what are the ETF or also shares that you can purchase using CPF or SRS, do let me know. I'll be very happy to share with all of you. No, sorry. This PowerPoint is not for sharing purpose. Yeah. And there's another question. Any suggestion on how to maximize payout during retirement? So of course, during retirement, a person can always think about earning a passive income during their retirement. So when you invest and earning a passive income, this amount that you receive on a monthly basis or be it on a yearly basis, this can actually help you with your expenses. We have funds that are able to actually generate for you passive income. And for Valneo, is opening Poems account online? Yes, you can actually also open a Poems account online. You will just need to go to our Poems website, and on the top right side corner over here, you can click open an account. And you can choose which account that you want to open. And you open up with your SingPass. So in Philip over here, we have two types of account. One is Cash Plus, one is Cash Management. For Cash Management, the account is linked with CDP. So when you buy Singapore shares, your Singapore shares will be parked in CDP. So you will need to have a CDP account number first before you actually open up a cash management account. And to know more about your trading fees, between Cash Plus and Cash Management, do feel free to give me a call and also email to me as well. Okay, Ian Chan, can you CPF in Heavenport portfolio? That I will need to check for you first. And what is Cash Plus account? Cash Plus account is also another of our trading account, but it is with lower brokerage fees. For cash management, right, the trading fees is 0.28 or $25 minimum. But for Cash Plus, right, our trading fees is only 0.08 with no minimum com. Again, do let me know if you want to know further on what's the difference between Cash Plus and also cash management. Or if you face any issue opening up an account, do feel free to email to me as well. So once you open an account, you can also choose to actually park your excess fund in our Smart Park. So this is our money market fund, whereby on a daily basis, you are able to enjoy returns credited to you. So let me just show you the returns. So this is for SGD. It's about 3.2%. So annualized return for our Smart Park for SGD is actually about 3.2 to 3.4% per annum. So this is basically for clients that if you think like you have cash in your bank savings account, but because bank savings account gives you lower interest, you can actually consider parking your excess fund in our money market fund, whereby the returns are calculated on a daily basis. And if you have USD, this is the returns on this is the returns about 5.3% as return of 7 days annualized, 5.3% per annum. Mr. Chan, our PowerPoint is only for our usage. We don't send it to clients. But of course, if you have any further questions, do feel free to let me know. You can email me or even give me a call. I'll be happy to share with you any other questions that you have. So if there's no any further question, that will be all for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending my webinar today. Have a great day ahead. Oh, Mr. Ian, I meant we can't see your slides explanation of Cash Plus. Oh no, my slides does not have any explanation on Cash Plus. Sorry, let me share my screen again. Okay, I hope that you are able to see my screen right now. So, Mr. Ian, if you want to check out what are the types of accounts that we have Cash Plus and we also have cash management. Are you able to see my screen sharing right now? Still cannot see, yeah. Yeah. Hold on, give me a moment. Okay, I think you are able to see right now already the screen sharing. So if you would like to open an account with us, you just go to our Poems website on the top right hand side corner, just click on open an account. So when you scroll down, right, you can see over here that we have two types of account, which is Cash Plus and also cash management. For cash management over here, hold on. For cash management, when you buy Singapore shares, it will be parked in CDP. So before you open a cash management account, you need to have your CDP account ready as well. To open a CDP account, you can actually go to CDP website and submit the application to open up an account. Once your account number is ready, then you can come over here to open an account, which is the cash management account. So for the trading fees for cash management account is 0.28 or $25 minimum. And for Cash Plus, the trading fees is 0.08 with no minimum comp. And also you can actually choose to park your excess fund in our Smart Park over here. So let me show you the Smart Park returns. So this is our Smart Park returns for SGD. The return is about 3.2 to 3.4% per annum. So this is for clients that, example, let's say, again, I will just repeat again, like if you have excess fund in your bank savings account, and because bank savings account give you interest rate that is very low, and if you want to park in fixed deposit, you have to park for 6 months, 1 year. If you do an early withdrawal, you don't get a single cent of interest. But in our Smart Park over here, right, for example, if you put in a 10,000 and if you need to use 5,000 for trading purposes, your remaining 5,000 will continue to enjoy the daily returns credited to you. So this is our Smart Park. To know more, do go to our website on Poems, and you can actually check out more about what our Smart Park is all about. Okay, so if there's no further question, I will end my webinar today. Again, this is my phone number and my email. Do feel free to give me a call or even email to me if you have any further questions, and I'll be very happy to attend to all of you. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye.